November 29th. Welcome to Adam's Birthday Book, where each and every day we look into the mysteries of birthdays and their significance on your life path. Today's birthday is November 29th. If you were born on this day, happy birthday. Alright. Let's get started. November 29th. The day of the instigator. Those born on November 29th have a knack for provoking others, sometimes to thought, at other times to conflict. They like to stir up the pot, and usually their presence alone leads to some change in the status quo. Sometimes branded as troublemakers, they are not overly concerned with what others think of them. November 29th people know how to push emotional buttons. They can get great mileage out of a cutting comment, a raised eyebrow, or a telling silence. They may in fact regard themselves as watchdogs of the truth, and woe to anyone who presumes to depart from it. Their capacity to punish such transgressors can be frightening, since they know exactly where and when to strike. They must beware, however, that just punishment does not turn sadistic and lose its underlying integrity. November 29th people may not contribute so much to the stability of social and political institutions, but they certainly keep them honest and on their toes. In their personal life, those born on this day do tend to hang in there and can actually provide security for their family and friends in the long run. They are a bit like a stationary hurricane, whirling around but not necessarily leaving anytime soon. Those who dare to enter into the hurricane's eye can be sure that they will be protected from harmful outside influences. The person who suffers most, ordinarily, from the labile emotions and unsettled feelings of a November 29th person is that person herself. They may cause trouble for others, but it is difficult to imagine what it is like to be under their skin. This feeling of being uncomfortable with themselves and at the mercy of their own internal process is one which more perceptive people can see in them. As far as ambition and drive are concerned, November 29 people are usually far too busy with everyday matters and their own personal problems to think about conquering the world. Socially and career-wise, they often reach a certain level and stay there. However, through their talent for surviving attacks, they may be able to go on wielding their provocative influences for quite a long time. If there is a danger that they will be deposed from their perch, it is most likely from colleagues who grow tired of wrestling with them over matters of contention. The same thing may be true of patient mates and friends, who eventually figure that life would be a lot simpler, albeit more boring, without their contentiousness. If November 29th people wish to have a happier life, they must learn to be a bit less provocative and sometimes let things run their own course. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 29th of the month are ruled by the number 2, 2 plus 9 equals 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and by the moon. Since those ruled by the number 2 are often good co-workers and partners, rather than leaders, this quality helps the more difficult of November 29th people in terms of embodying the ideals of their family or work group. However, it may also act as a brake on their individual initiative and action, producing frustration. This may be underlined by the moon's strongly reflective and passive tendencies. A connection between the moon and Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, can convey a strong character and a tendency to not only judge others, but also to reveal their motives. The secondary number 11, 2 plus 9 equals 11, lends feeling for the physical plane as well as a possible interest in twins, symmetry and doubles of all kinds. Tarot. The 20D card of the major arcana is the priestess, shown seated on her throne, calm and impenetrable. She is a spiritual woman who reveals hidden forces and secrets, empowering us with that knowledge. Favorable qualities of this card are silence, intuition, reserve and discretion. Negative values are secretiveness, mistrust, indifference and inertia. Health. November 29th people must beware of ultimately upsetting themselves most of all. They can overwork their nervous systems through anxiety and subsequent depressions. Maintaining a stable psychological state is probably their greatest health challenge. Also, they may suffer physical imbalance, particularly if their hormonal systems, endocrine, thyroid, sexual, get out of whack. An interest in cooking and a healthy attitude toward food, stressing fresh fruits, vegetables and grains while eschewing excess sugar and fatty dairy products, as well as de-emphasizing red meat, will help them enormously. Rather strenuous physical exercise and an active sex life can be good for grounding and directing tumultuous energies. Advice. Sometimes it may be a good idea to reserve your judgments and moral evaluations. Calm yourself. Learn to quietly stand aside and observe without expressing your opinion. Make use of your capacity for changing the environment in a positive way. Meditation. Emotions can be calmed with the breath. Thank you for joining me today on the November 29th birthday, and please don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell, and please tell me if today is your birthday in the comments below. Thank you, you wonderful people, and join me tomorrow on the next episode of Adam's Birthday Book for November 30th.